This is absolutely part of it. Is that a lot of people don't really understand that traps and puzzles count as encounters. And so when you say 6 encounters a day, they hear 6 fights a day, 6 combats a day. And that's a really hard number for them to hit. But counterpoint to that, traps and puzzles have to have resource drain for them to actually be effective encounters. Otherwise, they're just sort of time delays, and you're not actually like making the party weaker, forcing them to use those short rests that make the differences that the 6 encounter day is striving for. And that takes a lot of effort to design traps and puzzles that work that way. Traps can go for HP, but if you disarm them, then and you have a rogue that's just using an at will skill check ability, that's not really draining any resources. And a lot of campaign styles, the way that people play 5th edition, it just doesn't lean into the traps and puzzles as encounters way. There's a lot more role play, there's a lot more social intrigue, there's a lot more just talking and shopping and other things that are happening during the day, investigation and mystery, things that don't really use spell slots and limited resources and that kind of stuff. And you can absolutely try and find ways of jamming those resource drains in there, but it's a lift. The system wants you to be exploring dungeons and kicking in doors and looting the room and triggering a pressure plate trap. That's what the system wants you to be doing. That's where it's designed to help you achieve the right balance. Which, by the way, all of these thoughts heavily inform my design of The Beckoning Dream, which is a tarot based deck builder game. It treats all pillars of play, it's a pillarless game. If you go and try and sword fight someone, it's the same as debating them, or beating them in a tennis match, or having a dance contest. And while it still functions on the idea that you are draining resources from the party to represent strength and weakness and how well equipped they are for challenges, there's only one resource: the number of cards that you have in your deck. And as you lose those cards throughout play, you're getting closer and closer to waking up. If that sounds interesting to you, go to infinitezelda.com and check out all of the playtest rules. They're available for free in a Google Doc right now. And you can also catch us at Gen Con. We're going to be having some Beckoning Dream events. There are still some seats available. So if you're going to be in Indianapolis next week, come play games with us.